Hey, what's up guys? Kurt Anderson here from Urhi, showing you yet another tutorial. Today we're going to be covering tracking. Tracking is so you can add a foreign object into a scene and make it look like it should have been there the whole time. It can be used to add, let's say, smoke to muzzle flashes or maybe text to a poster. It can also be used in a range of things like if you wanted a missile to shoot by, it could keep it stable so that the missile looks like it's in the air and it's not being affected by the camera movements. First we're going to start by going up here. Once we're on our comp, we're going to click on the footage that we want to track. We're going to go up to Window and then click the tracker button. This will bring up the tracker in the bottom right. Then we click on our footage and we're going to click track motion right here. Once that happens, it's going to bring up a tracker point that looks like here. The middle of the box is what it's tracking. This inner box is how far it's going to look for, and the outer box is absolutely how far it's going to look for those pixels. First, find a image on your thing that's different than everything else. You want like a different color or something that stands out that it'll be able to look at and say, I know where this point is. It'll help during shooting to have some green tape on you or maybe some light blue tape and stick it somewhere that most people wouldn't look at, but that a tracker point might if you know you're going to be tracking the scene. Here I didn't do that, but I do know our tracking point. This dirt on the wall right over here is a great place. So I'm going to make the boxes just slightly bigger. Then I'm going to drag it, and as you can see, it zooms in so I can see the pixels I'm going for. Stick it about in the middle, and then make the boxes just look kind of close to it. Now, the bigger the box, it'll generally be slightly more accurate, but it can take forever if you make the box really big, and it can actually look for too far, and it'll start jumping around. If you have it too small, it can go really fast and mess up. So you want it just right. Once you have the box just right, come over here, down to here, and click the Analyze Forward button. It'll begin to analyze that point, and now you can see it sticks to the point. Let it do its thing, and make sure it doesn't jump off of target, like it did right there. See how it jumps off? To fix this, go back, find the point where it was last on, then go to this frame, and you're going to have to do a little bit of manual tracking. Put it back on, go to the next frame, put it back on, and then the next frame, and put it back on. Then, just to help, just make your boxes slightly bigger. And that'll help look for more pixels and hopefully keep it on its same track. Okay, now that they're back on track, we're going to start tracking again, and it'll look at the same pixels as it did last time. It's off again, which means I need to make my box bigger. So I can hit Control Z and start back here to where my last point was and make the boxes bigger to help keep the track. And also, if you see it's messing up a lot and you can't really get it, analyze it one frame at a time. So if you see it mess up, you can adjust it and it won't have like 6 different files. See how it does this? I can just quickly move it back over and keep tracking. Then wait till it goes how far you want it to be tracked. So don't track too much if you know you're not going to be using it for anything. I'm going to track the whole footage just because I think it'd be better. Alright, once your footage is tracked, which it is right now, it'll stop tracking at the end of the footage. Once your footage is tracked, you're going to want to go up to here and hit Layer, New, and then Null Object. You can name the null object what you're tracking, or you can keep it as null 1. I usually just keep it as null 1. Then you're going to come down here, and you're going to click Edit Target. Make sure that it's null 1. It usually isn't, but since that's the only other one, it's choosing that one. Click OK, and then click Apply, and make it sure it's on the X and Y. Click OK again, and then now your null object is attached. Then we can add a layer or something to it to make sure that it's tracked right. For example, I'll add some text. Just shrink that down, make it black. Drag it right here. And then now what you want to do, take your footage, and there's 2 ways to do this. You can either take this little whip thing and drag it onto null 1, that'll parent it, which the parent, it'll take on all the traits of the other one. The reason we use a null object is because when it renders out, the null object is no longer there. You can't see it in the footage, but it'll help reference things. Or another way to parent is click down here and just choose the file, null 1. Now once it's parented, you can just click the preview button and look at that. Our little sign there is perfectly sitting on the wall, as you can see. And that is how to do a basic track. Some tips, remember, if you track a point here, don't edit something over here. They're too far apart. And what it'll do is whatever happens here, whatever happens down here will happen up here, and sometimes with the rotation of the camera and stuff, that won't look right. So try to get as close to the point you're going to be adding something as you can to track. And that's basically it. That is another very, very widely used thing of After Effects, the tracker. And now you know how to use it. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks for listening, and hope to see you next time.